Yes, you guys, this morning we're talking about the variety of pressures and looks that your defense will throw at opposing teams. For those of us on the West Coast who haven't seen a ton of you, just talk us through sort of the philosophy of the defense and how you get pressure on the quarterback.
We're a hard-nosed defense. We're going to bring it. Regardless. And then again, we can also cover. So we can cover and cover the pass and bring the pressure also to you. We're not gonna stop bringing the pressure.
Marcus, for those of us that don't get a chance to talk to Coach Pry very often, right? He stepped up into the defensive role. Linebackers are familiar with him. What should we know about Coach Pry and his style and what he's been like for you guys as defensive coordinator this year?
Coach Pry, he's a great guy, on and off the field. He's like a father figure you can talk to off the field. And then once you get on that gridiron, hard-nosed, but then again laid back. So it's not like you feel make your confidence go down. So it's a guy you can talk to. He's a great guy.
USC's quarterback, do you see any similarities between him and Trace?
I never really looked at it like that side by side. Like when I break down film, I look at it for what it is. I guess they're both two really good quarterbacks. Guys have explosive plays. USC's quarterback, he may not get a lot of credit for his feet, but he makes a lot of guys miss in the pocket. He doesn't get sacked a lot of times because he's making dudes miss. He has great feet. I guess that's probably the two similarities they got for me, and their arm.
John, we know you're a really big film guy. What have you kind of seen in your early looks in USC that's kind of intrigued you the most?
They got a lot of guys that have catches. It sounds funny, they have a lot of guys that'll cycle in, that can make plays, It's like guys that can cycle in are real weapons, they may not be starting, but they're able to make plays. It's probably what sticks out the most for me, that and probably say the work of the quarterback throughout the season. So.
How good does it feel to be able to get out there and start practicing today?
It's always fun. That's what we're here to do. And it's definitely cool to play, laced up in California. So it's definitely different, but it's fun.
Having been here for just a few days, what's kind of been some of the highlights and some exciting things?
Somebody mentioned the air is just it's fresh and clean. Obviously the palm trees and things is nice. First time out here, so really just taking it all in.
And there's a good chance you guys don't lose anybody early. Obviously, what you guys did this year, is that kind of in the back of your mind?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. When you have an opportunity to be a part of something special, like gunning for a national championship, all those kinds of things, that's absolutely a factor in being able to come back and play another year for sure.
Did you guys kind of talk amongst yourselves and say, hey, this is what I'm doing?
Yeah, absolutely. And you seen Marcus, he tweeted at me today after I tweeted that. And, all those things are important. You want everybody to stay. You want to keep the family together as long as possible. And that's something that a lot of people don't really understand. When guys make these decisions to leave and stuff, sometimes it's out of necessity. You never know what's going on in their lives and their families and those kinds of things. So. We want to keep this family together as long as we possibly can because we know we still got a lot of winning that we can do.
Yes, you guys, this morning we're talking about the variety of pressure looks that you'll bring to get after the quarterback. For those of us who haven't seen a lot of your defense out here on the West Coast, just what do you guys try to do schematically in getting after the quarterback?
Yeah, we definitely try to switch up looks and all those kinds of things and kind of get people off balance, create negative yardage plays, disguising, all that kind of stuff. And it's a tough, hard-nosed defense. It's exactly, what you'd expect out of a place like Penn State. So, I think Pac-12 and Big Ten are kind of very different, styles of football. So it'll be interesting to see how it clashes and meets, and we're really excited for this opportunity.
They cycle through Ronald Jones and Justin Davis, the two running backs. If you kind of break down what those guys, what they do well, what's different about those two guys, you have to kind of be cognizant of?
Yeah, I think the thing that they do the best is get yak yards. As soon as they get hit, you think they're down, but then, they carry you for another 2, 3, 4 yards, which is huge. So I think moving forward, especially in practice, we're going to have to focus on our fundamentals. Just tackling, pursuing to the ball, and that's something that Coach Pry and the defensive staff has done a really good job of, just kind of honing in on them.
When you guys have watched film of USC this year, do you even watch September at all? Because they seem like a different team. So it's like their game against Alabama and Stanford. Is that useful to you guys, or do you mostly worry about the latter half of the season?
When we're talking scheme and kind of seeing where their successes come from, yes, but I personally like to watch every game just because I always hone in. Like I said, I hone in on Zach number 73, just to see kind of what he's about, what he's going to do, strengths, weaknesses, that kind of thing. So yeah, watching as a group and a defense, we normally will watch film from kind of the second half of the season. But me personally, I like to watch every game.